Welcome to Repum Group's Item 24, where we take you a step beyond the standard FDD. We asked ourselves, why stop at 23 items when some of the most important insights live beyond the page? Here we're breaking down the inner workings of franchising and sharing real-life strategies and stories that drive the industry forward. Welcome to another episode of Item 24, where I have some special guests on today, the two founders of one of our great concepts that we've partnered with called HOMEstretch. And so I have Derek and Nick, the two, as I said, co-founders of this great brand. I met these guys back in, I think, over 3 years ago now, or 2 years ago, I should say, in Cincinnati, where they are from. We had a great time together. And I immediately knew after that one interaction and that one evening that these guys were the right partners for us. And that has proven to be true because not only do I consider them great partners, but I consider them great friends. So with that, Derek and Nick, I'll let you guys introduce yourself with your backgrounds and who wants to take it away first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Nick Lobert, co-founder of HOMEstretch with Derek Shewmon, obviously. My background is in real estate, construction, and sales. I've been doing that for the last 20 years before we founded HOMEstretch in 2019.
Yeah, Derek Shewmon, co-founder with Nick. So my background's a little bit different. Majored in finance in college, did that for a couple of years, and then started a tech startup, grew that, sold that. So yeah, between the two of us, you have a wide variety of skill sets, which I think makes us work.
Well, I would agree that it works because you guys have a lot of success together. And the one thing that I've always noticed, you guys are a great yin and yang together, and how to operate and become a great franchisor. Obviously we are, I'll say this, we are going to eclipse over 100 territories awarded this year with you guys, which is just an amazing thing to accomplish. And you guys will be our number one brand when it comes to units awarded in 2025. So number one, congratulations on that. But the big thing I think the audience always wants to know is, what is HOMEstretch, right? Tell us a little bit about the concept, how you created it. And then the other side of it is, what's made it so successful thus far as, an early emerging franchisor?
Yeah. So HOMEstretch is a home preparation service company. So what we do is we eliminate the stress of getting homes prepared for sale. So we do that with 5 core services. We empty homes, we paint them, we do flooring, we do landscaping, and we do home cleaning. So we started it. We were both in the auction space, doing auctioning people's personal property. And we noticed that people really needed help. There wasn't a consolidated service helping people with all these cosmetic services. So we were in the auction space for 5 years, noticed a huge hole in the market that no one was servicing the home preparation space. So that's when we started in 2019.
Awesome. I felt really confident after knowing what you guys do and understanding it that, wow, there was such a gap in the market for this. And not only a gap in the local market where you guys started this, but on a national level, which is proven to be true, right? Franchisees are coming in and really seeing what you guys have accomplished. So kind of leads me to my next question. When you think about what has made you a successful franchisor, obviously you've been doing this for a few years now. What are the qualities, like first and foremost, that make a franchisee successful in your system, in your opinion? And how have you innovated or created systems that allow franchisees to succeed if they follow your system, they execute on the model?
Yeah, we're looking for a couple of key qualities in all of our franchisees, and Repum has done a phenomenal job with helping us kind of find the right people, and I think that's been a big part of our success. So I want to thank you guys as well for your support, because we won't be where we are without Repum. So thank you for that. But for us, with our opportunity, we think it's a unique opportunity in the marketplace. We're first mover. We kind of have this blue ocean that we really want to corner for. So the type of franchisees that we're looking for, first and foremost, have the right amount of grit to them. We like owner operators, want people to get their hands in the soil to really understand this business inside and out. We're looking for people that want to get embedded in their community, people who love to help other people, because that's what HOMEstretch does at the end of the day. And most importantly, for Nick and I, we're looking for empire builders. And I think what's different about HOMEstretch from other opportunities out there is you can create a really big business if you have the right person, using our brand, our processes, our platforms, and coupling that with somebody who really, truly wants to build a legacy empire. Amazing things can happen.
Yeah, well, I can say this firsthand with you guys. And Nick, you and I have talked about this a lot over the course of you being a franchisor now, is you guys focus a lot of energy on making sure that sales are coming in for the franchisees. And not only that it's coming in, it's not like, hey, you will build the golden arches, as I like to kid about, and it'll come. It's like, you've got to go out and hustle and get the business, right? And staying on top of them, holding the franchisees accountable to what they should be doing versus not. It's not always easy work, right? To go out and grind it out. But at the end of the day, when you do, you see results like you guys have achieved, right? And so I've always seen that as a great strength of what you guys have created, because you have that accountability system right out of the gate. And then operationally, what you've created on the background and back end of the system to make sure that they can successfully accomplish what is they're set out to do, which is to go out and actually do the work for the client that's buying the services. That seems to be a huge benefit to the franchisee to be able to provide the right service to the client. So when you have the combination of those two things, typically become a successful franchisor, which you guys are seeing. So I love that you guys are in that position. One more question for you guys. And when you look at innovation and you look at where you are now, almost 200 or plus territories awarded, you have become a national franchisor. What's important for you guys to make sure that you keep innovating, you keep on top of the market? As you said, you're a first mover. What does that look like in the next couple of years for you as you grow into maybe 300 territories or more and have 100 franchisees that are in the system, or maybe 150 franchisees?
Innovation's always been part of our DNA. Like when we kind of looked at the home stretch landscape and we tried to figure out, all right, how do we position ourselves and compete in this space? Innovation was one of those key strategies that we wanted to lean on, because again, we're competing against local mom and pop operations in a blue collar industry. So our ability to innovate and incorporate technologies and processes allowed us to create a moat around our local competitors. That's always the case with HOMEstretch. We view kind of investments in technology and innovation as our ability to continue to scale, to your point, to continue to provide nonstop support to our franchisees, and again, give them competitive advantages in the marketplace. So it doesn't stop with us. Like every quarter, our team circles up. We have deep innovation meetings where we take all the feedback we've heard from our franchisees of what they're looking for and what would make their lives easier. We make substantial investments in tech and platforms and processes and partnerships to bring that to the table. Just in the last month, we rolled out some sales academies, financial academies, which is kind of our HOMEstretch way of teaching all of our knowledge and findings in a more efficient manner to everybody across the network. We've doubled down on ChatGPT and really used that as our training platform going forward, where we just dumped all of our institutional knowledge, all of our playbooks, all of our community questions into that. And now all our franchises have 24/7 access and all things HOMEstretch. So that's always going to continue to be what we do. If there's something out there that can make our franchisees' lives better by 1 or 2%, we're interested in it. We're going to keep pounding the table and keep bringing that to the table for our franchisees.
Those are good. I love that too. Okay, I do have one more question, actually. After you started talking, Derek, I was like, there's something I've got to ask, because I know the audience wants to hear this, but also candidates coming in always ask this question. So when you think about, good and bad economies, right? And real estate obviously is affected by that typically. You guys are kind of in that business indirectly, I'll say, right? But what do you see as, like, in a strong economy, how your business does, and then in a weak economy, how does it look different or not different at all, from in your guys' opinion and what you've experienced?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. For us, it's kind of like a buyer's market and a seller's market. Traditionally, since we started the business, it's been in a seller's market. And the number of listings, inventory has gone down 20% year over year. We have continued to grow during that time. We're really excited to see a buyer's market where the buyers have a little more leverage. And maybe the buyers, they're not going to overpay, skip inspections for an outdated home that doesn't have fresh paint and fresh carpet, where the sellers now have to compete. So we're really excited about more of an equal market, because it's kind of getting there currently. And also with our business, there's always going to be people that have to move, whether it's going through a death, a downsize, or a divorce. The have to moves will never stop. And when that happens, price, condition, and location is what sells properties. The nicer the condition of the property, the higher the price is. So when these clients have to move and we're upgrading the paint, the walls, the trim, the floors, they're going to be able to sell those homes for a higher price. So we're very bullish, and regardless of the market, we're bullish on our business.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think of it that way, but you're totally right. Like in the recent years, let's say since COVID, right, 2020 till now,
people are just buying houses sight unseen, no inspections, like just because it's limited inventory, right? And if you go the other direction where it's a more normalized market, you're exactly right. Like they got to make sure everything is done right. Otherwise, someone's going to let that house sit and not buy it. And I think we're starting to see that. I'm seeing a shift in the market right now around that, even in my community around Charlotte, just that houses are sitting a little longer and people are becoming more picky, right? And they don't need to move, so they're not. And I think the only buyers right now that we're seeing are people that are forced to move. And then it'll turn into more of a buyer's market, which is, I think, the direction it's going.
No, you're absolutely right. We're seeing that as well, where people, the sellers kind of want to still pretend it's 2 years ago. And they're like, I don't need to paint. I don't need to carpet. And then the home sits for 60 days. And now we're getting callbacks saying, hey, the home hasn't sold in 60 days. What do you guys suggest? And we're like, well, let's neutralize the space. Let's make it fresh. Let's make it clean. Let's get this. And then when we do the work, it ends up selling within 5 to 10 business days. So yeah, you're exactly right. It's fun to see. We're excited about it for the future.
Yeah, as are we. So, well, guys, thank you for joining today. And as I said, you guys are doing great, and we're excited to see what 2026 brings with both of you and your great team. So again, thanks for joining today.
Thank you, Nick.
Pleasure. Thanks for having us, Nick.